So in the previous video, we assessed to see if we have proper up rotation of the shoulder blade, and we gave you a couple exercises to improve on it. So now we're moving to the second part. We're going to focus now on shoulder mobility, okay? And so I'm going to start off with an assessment, much like the last one. I'm going to get Mark to do this, so could you turn around here, Mark? He's going to create two fists, and then he's going to bring them to opposite sides of his back. So he's going to bring his arms, one down, one back. He's going to bring them in here. And we're essentially seeing, does he have the control to get in this position without getting extend his back? And what's the distance between his two fists here? It's considered dysfunction if the distance between his two fists is greater than my fist height. So he's going to go on the other side. So the bottom arm is focusing on internal rotation, top arm is external rotation. But what we want to look for is the distance between the two here, and that distance is quite far. So that's indicative that we need to work on our shoulder mobility. Mostly all the volleyball players, from the repetitions of attacking, we start missing the internal rotation of our shoulder joint. So we just finished assessing our shoulder mobility, and now we're going to give you some exercise to improve at it.
So in order to do that, we're going to touch on some functional range conditioning. So mobility of the shoulder is compromised because the front side is really tight. So reach shoulder sitting forward a little bit. So we need to teach control of the shoulder by getting the back side to pull back, which will give confidence on the front side and let it loosen, allowing the shoulder to actually work properly. So Reed, I'm going to have you face the wall. Your arm's going to be locked out and overhead, and you're going to come to a hinge position. You should have a stretch happening in your lat. You shouldn't have too much more space in this movement. Now, from here, bracing through the core without moving anywhere else, Reed's going to lift his palm off the wall, maybe an inch. Hold for a few seconds, and then come back down. Lift, hold for a few seconds, and come back down. You're going to see that your elbow's going to want to break, other parts of your body are going to want to adjust to make up for lack of range of motion, but really hold tight and gain that small inch off the wall. Now Reed is going to step his left foot forward. He's going to bend his right arm into a 90-degree field goal position, and he's going to do the exact same thing. Bracing through his core, he's going to lift his palm, forearm, and elbow off the ground at the same time without rotating, and then come back against the wall. Find length, and then open off the wall just a little bit, so a little lift off, and back on the wall. Reed's working for it here. He's struggling. Now he's going to go right foot through. Right arm is going to lengthen, and now we're going to hit the shoulders from that complete open perspective for that pectoral. So now he's going to lock out his elbow, and he's going to lift his back of his palm off the wall just a little bit, and back down, and then off and back down. Notice how small of a movement is. You're probably not really able to see that, but this is incredibly important for teaching the pec to chill out, relax, and let the shoulders sit neutrally so that we can hit that ball properly and increase our performance.